Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, last time we reached the Mord Soug, and now, yeah, let's see. Mord Soug, not just full of Mord, but humans and all manner of others too. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met the Mord before? They might look like shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Gengen. Gengen? Gengen? I'll go ahead and let him know we've arrived. Kobolds. So this is a mod.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mord Soug.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Amh Areng. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Amh Areng by choice, but Mord Soug's a different story. Merchants come from realms around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
That actually makes a lot of sense. If you watch mobile games you play well on your phone, there's often offers to tempt you into buying in for the first time, because the first time is the hardest. Once you've spent money the first time, it is easier to convince you to buy something again and again and again and again. And yeah, that is the same model here. Also notice the parallel that we are here in what is in Eorzea Fanalan, and we have a merchant city with many refugees.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me. Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here! Come and look!
You buy, you buy?
What?
Enough of that! Come, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
A full verbotied honor seems a bit rich for buying a dented pen or a bowl of worms. If you accept lose 2 your cards or something. Doch, was Mugo ist a blue pom. Yeah, I was wondering. Your unflagging dedication to letter delivery has earned you carrier level 6 scroll. I'm not certain what it means, but they will insist that I pass on the word. They also mentioned that if you're looking for more work, you should speak with him. To a Moogle who looks like me but lives by the sea beyond. So, you're one, yeah? Welcome to Ronron's, traveler. I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose, but no dueling on the merchandise, yes? Silly customer, you cannot eat one, not even for a verbal gold piece. Oh, you like those? Chewy skewers. Find small frogs hiding under rocks that spear a stick when roast over fire. Crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect for snacking. That's my ever-burning bounty, made with the best parts of a lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up on chilly desert nights. I call that mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruit, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. Everyone's favorite, plump white worms slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed wiggler, you never want any other treat. They all look tasty, yes? Which shoes? So we have mush loaf. So this is a fungus bread. Usually you don't want fungus in your bread, but I guess if the bread is made out of fungus in its entirety, that's it, right? Also it's filled with cactus. Spicy meat? You know, I was told this is a lot of money. Can I have a bit of everything? Just to taste? No? Good, then I should take the skewers. Chewy. A quick, easy meal to carry you across the desert. You have a gold? And done. One verbotied honor buys you 65 skewers. I think I shall have a rest. Our visitor invites us to feast. Let us give thanks to her great generosity and small appetite. Consider your coin poise correct. I'm pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased that you honored ours. Whoa. Keeping the merchandise down, yes? No returns. I was watching from here, Serenia. You honored our custom and with great relish. You will always be welcome in Mord Soug. If you need anything in Amh Areng, we are here to provide. You have courage, my friend. One's wares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have on the morrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mord Soug. Sure. Oh, offering your services, I am. Aye, well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the markets, all properly paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll go and take care of some last-minute haggling then. See you in a bit. May view a market receipt at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. Market receipt. Table cactus from Tonton, iron ore from Toltol, and meal. Okay. Oh, there's a mender. This humming noise in the background is really a bit irritating for me because I played another game where this is the sign that a collectible is nearby, and I have the urge to look around for that collectible, knowing it's not there. Kazat sent you, did he? Yeah, right, yes. What kind of ore was it again? It was iron ore. Iron ore, of course. That would explain this box I have here. It's all yours. I believe Tonton was on the list, right? Table cactus, yeah. If you feel X, not your back. You came in with Kassad, yes? Good, I can finally stop thinking about that sack. Please take a quickly purchase. This is Mul. collected from Mool. Hey, no touching. Merchandise is spoken for. You couldn't possibly change my mind with a better offer. I'm here to deliver it. What? Kassad sent you? Why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling his goods to a higher bidder. No. Amh Areng relics, wasn't it? All packed in that box here. Handle with care. Don't tell me you've been around the entire market already. Ah, that's a lot, all right. Good work. And quick work, too, considering you've not set foot in the place before. I thought you want to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you returned, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Kassad, feels like an age since the last I saw you. Well, isn't the lovely Teslin? Been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This lady here was on her way to meet with Alisaie. I'm supposed to be taking her to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alisaie has taught me so much about you. You're Serenia, aren't you? Yeah. Knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Teslin. I work as a carer at the inn, and I've gotten to know Alisaie quite well since she took up guard duties there. Do you want me to take over as Serenia's guide, Kassad? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. That would be great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of Amh Areng, and I'll send you back to the Crystarium. Alisaie has been desperate to see you, Serenia, so let's get you to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of a rock spires from here. You just need to swing around the ridge, then head south. Come, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. What's that? Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you could handle any beasts that try to make a meal of us? I thought you might. Alisaie was always saying how much you... I mean, let's get going, shall we? In peace, Mole. Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And yet hardly a match for you, it seems. I'd always thought Alisaie was strong, but in her mind she was never... Now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. This is a terrible idea. And of course it runs out. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the West have seen your handiwork and know to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. Yeah. I know, my red mage is unlike the dragoon, not vastly overleveled, so I actually pull hate. Did that sand monster just wash its head with sand? This is it? Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I have to repay the favor somehow, but first, let's head inside, shall we? This is little Alamigo. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alisaie arrived. It's not much, but it's home to the afflicted and a handful of carers. The afflicted? You don't know? I don't think I've met anyone besides Alisaie who was unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folks have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious. So it may be best to have Alisaie give you a full explanation. Now, where is she? I think she might be out on patrol. You could wait, I suppose, but why not go and surprise her? She usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out the south side, and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Whatever, right. Alisaie is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints on the ground. And they look to be about the right size. Northwest. Northwest. Leave me in peace, Gilman. Ah. Curve around to the west. Lots of steps. There are more tracks here, but they end in a mess of disturbed sand.
Get back here! Is that... It can't be.
Not getting distracted.
Ha!
Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about.
Wow, but the jump from up high? Without taking fall damage?
I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
Yeah, time irregularities, we know it.
How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
We've fought them to a standstill then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where 1 would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation.
I would hope not.
As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared.
Thanks to Minfilia.
For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the Flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities.
So like a kind of zombie plague.
They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
It's just a matter of time. Some more for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course. Okay, but we don't finish it this episode, because it's already the time to end it. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV, I am Ace, and don't get lost.